Okay, today I am working from real life. I have a still life set up with some mangoes, which I've never painted before, so I'm sort of curious about that. When I set up a still life, I spend a lot of time trying to get it just like I want it. So I just threw these in the bowl, so I just want to look at them one more time and see if I want to change anything. That, I think, is one of the problems of working from a photograph, is you tend to just take the photograph and then that's it. You're not going to be looking anymore at how you can change the composition, because it just, it's just too hard to change it unless you're using Photoshop or something. I just want to see what I want to have that cloth come over the top. I think I kind of like that, so I think I'm going to try that. All right, and the way I decided what size my paper was going to be, this is 13 by 13. It's the Sennelier Le Carte. I haven't tried this color before, this brown color. I'm not, as you know, totally wild about, oh, that won't work. Totally wild about this paper. You really need a soft piece of charcoal to draw on it, I found. And I'm just trying to get everything started. I'm not going to try to get the bowl perfect and then put the fruit in it, and I'm not going to try to get the fruit perfect and then put the bowl around it. I'm going to work on them together so that I can look at these shapes that are created by the negative spaces. So here's the fabric, then there's a shadow that comes down in here, and then this starts here. I'm just going to put that little stem so I can kind of keep track of what goes where. This is going to come behind this one. So this needs to come closer to that. I don't think that's right yet, because I don't think this is going to fit in here. Here's the shadow from the guy on the left. Kind of try to see how far that sticks out there. Then start to put the, it's so funny. I actually made this bowl. It was really the best bowl I ever made. But what happened was a car hit the mud studio where I was working, where I was doing my pottery. I wasn't there, but my pot was the first one on the shelf that wasn't destroyed by this car hitting the mud studio. So it's a little wonky because it's a little out of round, because it was hit by a car when it was still, before it was fired. And I'm having to really try hard to stand in the same place all the time so that I can keep seeing this setup just exactly the same way. I'm pretty close, and you have to be pretty close when you're looking down on something. So, so that means there's not much room for, no room for like moving around. So you can see how much I changed the plate or the bowl since I started getting the fruit in there. It depends on where I stand, but I think it's a little better if that rim doesn't quite, if I just look down a little bit more and that rim doesn't quite touch the edge of the mango. They're funny shapes, these mangoes. Different shapes, I should say, than I'm used to drawing. All right, well, I'm not going to spend too long on my drawing because, but you should spend as long as you need to. You should be sure that once you start your color, you don't feel confused too much. And I do want to put in that. What is that reflection? There's such a big reflection, but maybe it's not even a reflection. Oh, I guess it is. Is it a reflection from the white? Oh, good, I just got charcoal all over my white. Just trying to kill some of the reflection right here on the back of this. I don't really want that. So I'm drawing in the shadows, but I'm also going to draw in where the different colors on the mango go. So this is the more reddish part. This comes around like that. Yes, what is that from? Oh, it's from the bowl. All right, well, when you have reflections, you just got to try to ignore them, at least initially. Like if I put that in as strong as it looks to me with my eyes wide open, it'll look like for some weird reason the light is shining on that side of the mango, and I only have one light on in the whole room, so. All right, so here's the shadows. The shadows help me start to see this is how it's going to look as a painting. Painting is not really about outlines, it's about masses. And so just an outline drawing won't really help me to know how this is going to look as a painting. All right, so I'm going to say that's good for now. Appears that everything is working. Okay, so yeah, so I'm going to start with the mangoes because, geez, doesn't that seem like the most fun? Great, I have no yellows in this box. Okay, wait, here's one. Oh, but maybe I'll start with orange anyway. I'll just try this. The thing is, whatever I do, it's not going to be right. It's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be finished. It's not going to be the last thing I'm going to do. It's just the first thing I'm doing. So, like, why worry about these things? Oh, yeah, would it be nice if that cloth was up on the mango a little? Oh, making a nice little shadow? Yes, maybe. No, I just like that color too much over there, so I'm not going to do that. I'll put it down a little bit, though. Okay, so there's going to be a little dip here. So when you're painting from life, it's like it's a feedback loop, if that makes any sense, because you start your drawing and you look at it and you see how it's going, and then you look at your setup and you look at your drawing and you think, oh, my drawing kind of is indicating to me that this could be a little better if I did it a different way. So I'm going to change my setup to match my drawing. And you can't do that when you're working from a photograph. I mean, you can do it, but I have a hard time when I can't see stuff. I really need to see what I'm doing. So I like to have it actually be what I'm doing. I like it to be right there in front of me, not just making it up. Okay, so remember, red is always a problem. So I'm just going to start this part of the mango really red, and then I'll add other colors into it that that I see. Red is a problem because it's physically hard. It doesn't go down very well on top of other colors. So I want to get my red in. You know, I could have started with all the white, and it might have made sense in a way because the paper is so dark and the white is not dark. But I don't know, I just felt like I needed to see what the mango situation was before I started other things. Wow, that is so much close to that same, but it's slightly different. Maybe you can see that. So I've been going through and kind of reorganizing my paint boxes and stuff, so I just may not really have everything I need in this box for what I'm doing. All right, let's try this. Yeah, that could be okay. Oh, and right in here it's super dark too. And I left this shadow out. Okay, so there's my mangoes. And I'm just going to put a tiny little highlight on this one. And that's just going to help me make sure that I don't make the white or anything else so bright that I can't, make a highlight. And I'm just going to put in something for the plate, for the bowl. I guess I was telling you about the bowl being hit by a car just because, because it's such an amazing story. It was amazing no one was killed, including the driver, so that's good. But if I draw it wrong, I think I'm trying to make excuses for if I draw it wrong. Well, really it is kind of wonko. Good, I'm glad I found that color. That's what I was feeling like I was missing. Okay, now the white stuff. All right. So I don't want to just start with white, but then I would have to say, well, what kind of a white is it? And I don't know. I just think it looks a little pink. And I didn't really. Right, so this is where I'm standing. I didn't quite draw this in exactly right, but I can do that right now. The mainstays of my pastels are Rembrandts, but there's a bunch of other stuff mixed in here, honestly. God, as usual, something interesting over here in this corner that's so hard to reach. It's like more than anything, I would like to take my camera down. I would like to, check and make sure that everything's really okay. But the problem with this is that I can do that, but then putting it all back together, like, who knows? All right, okay, I need more pink. I don't know what this is. This was blue. I'm gonna try green, a greenish something. This is a Rembrandt, and sometimes they get a little oxidized when you haven't used a particular color in a long time. Oh, and it might even still have, it does, still has some a little paper on it for some reason, so it wasn't working on that first side I tried of it. But now I've turned it over and it's doing better. And no, I haven't fixed my easel yet. There are some darker places in the shadow. Oh, I think I'll try purple. No, that's too light. That's too dark, I'm sure. I'll try this one. No, I don't want to make that yet. All right, well, oh, and then I've got this really dark, just dark back there. I had this set up in a cardboard box. Okay. All right, so the pink is too pink, so I want to do something about that. Now I'm not actually thinking about my strokes, but maybe just intuitively I'm trying to go in the direction of the planes of the folds and stuff. So maybe I don't have to think about it, but you might want to think about it. Are we sure I have that dark enough? Back in there. Okay. God, in some ways I'd like to just be done. It's like, okay, that was the easy part. Now things are going to get a little harder. That's not better. You go back in the box. You're not staying out here. What about this? Yeah, I'm just having a hard time getting things to go down on this paper, honestly. And then actually, I need it to be darker right in here too. I'm just going to go ahead and use the same dark I was using. Maybe I used the same dark, maybe not. Yeah, I mean, I got really too close to here. Let's see. So the frame will cover up to here, so I've got a little space there, so that's a little good. All right, I am going to work on the mangoes. First, I'm getting a drink of water. All right, mangoes. I'm just going to see, can I just make the color better? Yeah, I'm not sure that's better, but okay, so I made that one better, so I feel like I should move on to the next one. Oh, that's too light. So I worked on each of those color areas in there, and now I'm going to work on this one. Nope, not you. Oh my God, I just keep singing that ridiculous Mango song in my head. I really try to resist the urge to sing it for you because you don't want it stuck in your head like it's stuck in mine. But if you hear me whistling, I am whistling the Mango song. I'm just trying things, you know, I don't know what I'm doing. I've got a lot of new colors actually in this box. It's kind of an amalgamation of stuff I put together. Look, that's an expensive little pastel, and it's not even going down on that green. What is up with you? Okay, you're going back in the box. Oops, I didn't really put that where it should go. Okay. Maybe I should put a highlight on this one too, just maybe it'll help me see where the high point is. So something like there. And I lost my little, it's here, I guess. Okay. It's funny, I kind of wish I was painting these instead of pasteling them. Like I feel like if I could mix my colors, I'd be doing better. Oh, it's the Mango song again, whistling. Sorry. All right, somehow I need some purple in this red. Maybe I'll try a little yellow on the white. I don't know if it's true, but it's certainly not that yellow. Guess I'm trying to see if I can make it, the places the light is really shining on it, a little more yellow. Okay, now I'm going to use some white on it, but just a Rembrandt white, not a softer white. I'll save my softer white for later. I'll tell you, I really feel like I don't know what to do. Just so you know that I feel like I don't know what I'm doing here. Working on the drapery because I'm so anxious about the mangoes. So the drapery seems like an easier place to work than the mangoes. I guess I'm going to spray it in a few minutes. Gotta do more to the bowl, which was kind of harder than I thought it was going to be, the bowl. It's got that weird coppery thing to it. Damn easel. I'm gonna fix that after I spray it. I mean, fix it as well as I can. All right, so now that's got to be darker too. All right, so I have come back and added some more layers everywhere. Everything's not just one color now. And the spraying, it'll make it darker, so that should help me. Didn't really draw that right. This is really just going to be under the frame, if it gets framed. So. Okay, It's not in the right place either. This is here. Well, this is not right. The underneath of this is not right. So that looks kind of green to me, so I'll put some green in there. Or maybe I just came over. Maybe I drew it before, I don't know. But I'll let it get a little short down in there. Oh yeah, way short. This has got to come way down. Ooh, and some of that dark down there is actually the dark shadow on the ball. All right, so I'm gonna spray it.